The League of the Genuine is back every Friday with me, your host, Fred Muwema. We bring you the only show on the planet where we discuss matters to do with counterfeits. This is not a very fanciful subject. It's not your normal discussion, but we have it and we have been doing this for a year now. It is growing. We thank you, the subscribers. We have more than 2,000 subscribers now. We thank those who view us. We thank those who share, those who like. We are continuing our discussion involving counterfeits and technology. Is technology for or against counterfeits? Now, to continue the discussion here is my friend, a lady, a director of a water company, Adrine Atumanya. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
This is the League of the Genuine. We promote genuine products, including water. So I guess somebody would be wondering, do we have fake water? Do we have counterfeit water?
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here yet again to talk about fake products, fake technology, and everything surrounding fake. Technology is for, but at the same time, I think it's against fake products. But I think what we need to do is to promote technology that helps
Stop counterfeiting.
counterfeiting.
So do we have counterfeiting? Do we have fake water?
Yes, we do. There is a lot of fake water in bottles. There is a lot of fake technology
That
promotes or that disguises to give you safe water when actually it's not. There is a lot of it out there.
You are director sales at a company called WaterQuip,
Yes,
Uganda. So tell us about WaterQuip.
WaterQuip is a cause-driven business, and our mission is to provide affordable yet good quality. Quality is key for us. Good quality water treatment systems with a sustainable economic and environmental advantage. So we are in the business of ensuring that you drink safe water, but you do it in a very cost-effective yet environmentally friendly way.
But we have the National Water and Sewerage Corporation. So are you a branch of National Water?
No, we are not a branch of National Water, but I want to say we complement them. We go together, and I'm aware that National Water does give water to us, which is safe. But there are several factors that contribute to this water being unsafe by the time it comes to my house. By the time I draw it off my tap, this water is not necessarily safe. There are a lot of issues along the way.
So what does WaterQuip do to make water safe?
We filter and we treat.
Filter.
We filter and we filter dirt. There is a lot of dirt in the water that is sitting at your home in that huge tank. There is a lot of dirt. So we come in and filter, remove all this dirt, but we also treat the microorganisms. We make sure that there are no microorganisms in your water. And I actually carried with me a product, a sample, which I would like to...
Can we have? So this is the filtering unit?
Yes, this is the filtering and treatment unit. And let me just briefly show you how this works. Let me have the others as well. Okay, so let me start here. So ideally what most homes are doing is draw water off the tap, boil in a kettle or a saucepan, let the water cool, drink. Other homes are buying cartons of
bottled
water. But what we are saying as WaterQuip is, look, you are boiling water, ideally contributing to climate change. You're not treating the environment proper if you're continue to boil water. But also, if you're buying cartons of this, when you drink this water, you trash this in your dustbin and
the
empty bottle. This is not good for the environment as well. So we are saying, look here, why don't you filter the water yourself, treat it, and instead of carrying this, instead of boiling, have a bottle, carry your water in a bottle.
So you're discouraging this
bottled water? We are discouraging that bottled water. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure you've seen this. People are driving and after drinking, they'll just throw the car window to the road, you know. Even when you trash it in your dustbin, it still ends up in the environment, and that's not proper. So we are discouraging that. So this is what we are providing. You have a filtering system. Look, this is
those are filters.
These are filters. This is a used filter. This is a new filter. A filter.
So this is how it looks when it's new.
This is what
white.
It looks. Yes.
But the other one is brown.
This is used, and what turns it brown is dirt. Dirt which you may not see if you fill your glass with water. But there is.
I don't see any dirt here.
Yes, of course this is filtered and treated. But even if you would go to your tap, just, you know, an ordinary tap in your kitchen,
you wouldn't see with your eyes.
You still wouldn't see. But there is a lot of that, because when we filter water, this is what we get.
So where do you put the filter?
You can have a system like this under your sink to make sure that you have safe water at your tap. We feed
under
water
the sink at the point the water comes in.
At the point the water comes in.
You put this.
Yes. We feed water in here and have it filtered and treated, so that when water comes to your tap... So the filters sit inside here? Yes, the filters sit in here. Actually, you have the first filter is in here, and the second filter is in here. And these filters do two different roles, by the way. This removes dirt, and that can be anything from rust, soil, you know, small insects, dust, all kinds of things. Because look, I'm sure you've also seen this, broken pipes. You have probably been driving somewhere and a lot of water is gushing out, and it's a broken pipe. That broken pipe is probably the same one bringing water to your house, and now it is broken. What does that mean? It's broken and it's allowing in. It is allowing in all kinds of things, from soil to fecal matter to anything. So this ends up in your house. So you trap it here? Yeah, we trap the dirt here. Now, once we've trapped the dirt, we have another very interesting part, which is this. The second filter. The second filter. This is an activated carbon filter. And its role is to actually remove chlorine from the water. Other than chlorine, it also removes bad smell and improves the taste of the water. Water smells. From what? You will wonder from what. But when we keep water in the plastic... Water smells. This one smells. That is treated and filtered. Smellless. That is smellless. But the water that sits in our plastic storage tanks out, that's where I think 90% of us take water, because national water feeds into those tanks, and those tanks give water to our houses. So when water sits in a plastic tank for a very long time, it tends to smell. Because it's a living thing. Yeah, it's a living thing, and this is plastic, and so there is that smell that comes with time. But also the transportation of the water. Remember the pipes as well. The quality of those pipes is also questionable. So the second filter removes the smell and gives it a new smell? No, removes bad smell. Bad smell, but it improves the taste as well. And then removes chlorine. So, but why do you remove chlorine when it's supposed to be in the water? Chlorine is a chemical. Which is good for water treatment. Which is good for water treatment, but which is also dangerous. So you mean
A lot of people who don't have these filters are taking water with chlorine, and that's bad.
Definitely, the water is coming to you with chlorine. Too much of it is not good. It has got to be the right amount.
So for you, you distill and leave for us what percentage?
For us, we are getting rid of it because we don't need it. Remember, what we are using to treat this water is ultraviolet. Can I have that?
Ultraviolet?
Yes, ultraviolet. So this bulb is what sits in here. This is what sits in here. Okay, like that. So when your water has finished filtering, it comes and runs through this, we call it the ultraviolet chamber. And so when your machine is powered, the light from this bulb is what kills the germs in the water. Now,
so the water coming into our homes has germs?
Definitely, definitely. Because remember, there is a lot of contamination happens. By the way, contamination happens all the time in this city.
So the germs get killed?
Yes, and then after this, water comes out to your tap, safe for drinking.
So this water,
yes,
does not need to be boiled?
No, not at all.
From here, you just take direct?
Yes, from here you just take direct. And it's important to remember that we are not adding anything we are not adding anything in the water. On the contrary, we are taking out so much.
So those used sieves, filters?
Yes.
So all the dead bacteria, germs are all in there,
exactly.
The dirt?
Yes. Now when you boil, these are things you are not able to take out, because how do you...
Boiling does not take out...
No, not
it can take out the germs, but it will not take out the...
Not the sediment.
The odor, not the sediment.
Yeah, yeah. And I think most people will agree with me. There are times back then when I used to boil water. There are times I would boil water. Many times I would boil water, and while I'm letting it cool down, there is a layer of like a brownish layer that forms at
below
the bottom,
or above?
At the bottom of the pan, or even at the bottom of the kettle, if you use a kettle to boil. So all that you can't take out. In one of the homes we a few months ago installed a purifier for, so we were working at a home, and then a neighbor to that home came to visit and found us working. And they were very, very impressed and said, please come to our home, we have this problem. So when we reached home, at their home, the housekeeper or the housemaid had just, I think a few hours back, boiled water. Now it had cooled, and they were trying to sieve the water.
After boiling
yes,
it?
With a sieve, akasengeja akabulijo. So they are trying to sieve, but you just cannot, because look, these filters or sieves are special filters. They are rated in microns. Okay, for example, this could be 5 micron. Okay,
whatever that means.
That means the holes, you know, in here,
they are so fine that they'll so pick all the...
Exactly.
But Adrine, this system,
yeah,
you're going to comment about the cost,
yeah,
and then these filters, they filter once and you replace, or they can work for 1 year?
No, how often you replace your filters entirely depends on the quality of water
that's coming through.
Yes, and the pressure. And water quality, from my experience, varies a lot. It varies from place to place.
Somebody is looking at this, it looks like an expensive piece. Is this affordable?
It is affordable. And actually, this time of the year, we are even offering free installations for homes.
Why don't you offer the thing free and the guys can install for themselves?
That's also possible, and we are encouraging that. It is very...
So how much is this, Adrine?
1.9 million Uganda shillings.
That is about $500.
Yeah,
$500. Isn't it out of reach for most households?
Not quite. I'm sure most households.
Can't it be cheaper? Where is this thing from?
We are a supplier for a Canadian manufacturer of this machine called Trojan Technologies.
This is not. This is Canadian.
Yes, this is Canadian.
Viqua.
Viqua, yes. And
Okay.
Viqua is one of the world leaders. They've been doing this for a very, very long time.
And you've been doing this for long?
We've been doing this since around 2013. We've been installing, maintaining these machines for a very long time.
And who are you providing safe water to with this? Who are your clients?
Our clients range from schools, homes, hospitals, clinics, restaurants, children's homes.
And private homes?
Gyms, private homes, yeah.
Yeah, you've installed this at my home, and it's. I am sure I am much better.
You are
health-wise,
much
access
better.
to good water and so on.
Yes.
So this is one way of ensuring that we don't have fake water
Yes.
in our system, at school, at home, and so on. When we return, WaterQuip did have a partnership with the Cancer Institute. Adrine will be telling us what it is that they are doing with the Cancer Institute, in particular the children's ward, when we return. Welcome back to the second part of our discussion with Adrine here. We broke off at a point where she had explained what this water purification system does. You can get a copy or an origin of it, of course, so that you can access safe water. Because as she says, we also have fake water actually in our midst. Adrine, you last month, I think, or the other month, I attended an event where you were donating an equipment of this nature to the Cancer Institute. Can you tell us what it was you were doing and what informed your decision to partner with the Cancer Institute?
Okay. A month or so back actually, we donated a water treatment system to the Cancer Institute. And what informed our decision? Look,
first of all, is water important for
yes.
treatment of cancer and any?
Yeah, look, about more than half of the diseases affecting children and generally ourselves could be avoided if the quality of water is improved. So water is definitely key.
It's a fundamental.
It's a fundamental point in healthcare, in living a good life. You know, it is central. So Cancer Institute is a place that touched our hearts. Cancer, first of all, is a disease that has affected. I don't think there is anybody that has not had a cancer patient, a relative, a distant relative, a close relative. So we ended up at Cancer Institute, and particularly the third floor belongs to the children. That's the children's ward. We know how tough cancer is.
So just tell us, you mean cancer is I thought it's a disease for the old.
No, cancer is not a disease for the old. Cancer is a disease that nowadays cuts across from the children to the ones we call old. Everyone can be victim, okay? We were touched by the children on the third floor and how they are fighting
for their lives.
It is tough enough to be diagnosed with cancer. It is tougher to take cancer treatment, and it must be tougher to take this treatment without a reliable source of drinking water. So we came in and felt that providing these children with a source of safe drinking water would go
while they're in hospital getting treatment.
Yeah, while they're in hospital getting treatment, going through, is it chemotherapy, taking all these strong cancer treatments, it is very, very important to be able to go somewhere and fill a glass and drink water anytime. Like they say, water and safe drinking water is the world's first medicine. Before anything, before a doctor prescribes this drug or that drug, water should be, safe drinking water should be number one on that prescription.
So access to safe drinking water is a key.
Is key.
It's one of the Millennium Development Goals, actually.
Definitely it is. Definitely.
So at the Cancer Institute, this unit you have put up, it is helping how many patients to access, how many children to access safe water?
If I'm not wrong, I think that floor has about maybe 30 to 40 children, but you also have a lot of them that come in for routine checkups, follow-ups, reviews. So it can be a lot of people, and then you're not only looking at the children, you're also looking at the caretakers of the children, their parents. You're also looking at the doctors. So it was an amazing project. It was really good to see how they appreciated the fact that, oh, now we have water, we can simply fill our bottles, fill our cups, fill our glasses, and drink at any time. It is a project that we
you'll support for as long as
we are. Yeah.
Adrine, one of the things you spoke about during the break was how you can actually have a filter like this. Filters, the water is clean, but then the plumbing work within the premises or the house does the contamination. How is plumbing an issue? What's your experience with plumbing as an issue in water contamination?
Good. That's a good one, Mr. Muwema. We have experience from different kinds of customers. Like I said, our customers range from private homes to public hospitals to restaurants and you know, schools. So many times we are finding ourselves face to face with what kind of plumbing is in these kinds of places. And I'll tell you that in most of the private and public properties we have worked at or we are working at, one thing that we have noticed is that the quality of plumbing materials, the quality of pipes being used is so poor that it contributes to this.
The contamination.
Yes. I'll tell you in
what kind of poor quality water pipes do we have on the market?
In many homes, people are still using galvanized pipes and fittings. Now,
what does that mean?
Galvanized pipes.
Are they metallic or plastic?
They are metallic, the kind that will corrode.
Oh, so metallic water pipes are no longer
they will
used
rust
for water supply?
No, they will rust. They should not be used. but unfortunately they are still being used. They will rust, the rust will end up in your water. But other than that, they will also cause, because when let's say this is the pipe, when it starts to rust, it actually reduces the size of the pipe, and therefore you will also have pressure issues. Oh, my water is very little. Why is there little water in these taps? No, but
the rust
the fittings
reduces affects the pressure.
Yes, but most importantly, it's a health. They cause a hazard they are a hazard to drinking water.
Because a lot of those metallic water pipes could be carrying some heavy metals in there.
Yes.
But Adrine, even the plastics have issues. I am aware that a lot of the plastic water piping is not up to standard. The plastics in there have some banned materials being used, you know, to move your water. So if there is lead going to get in there, if there are heavy metals like zinc going to get in there, all these pipes are conduits actually for contaminating your water, and then you're drinking it. So aside from the metallic water pipes, even the plastics have issues.
Yeah, I honestly think that the problem is bigger, okay? There is a lot of poor quality pipes and fittings being used. But I pointed out the galvanized ones because there are two particular heavy metals that can result because of the galvanizing process of these galvanized fittings, and that's one you mentioned, lead, and the other is a heavy metal called cadmium. Yes. So those are a result of when they galvanize those pipes. It causes those two metals to arise, and that causes health issues if all this is going to end up in your water. So I think there is a need to look into what is available.
So which one? Now we are talking like we are lamenting the pipes are bad and what. Do you know what the good pipes are? What should we be using?
We should be using PE pipes.
The PE pipes is what is recommended.
Definitely.
But from your experience, you're not seeing a lot of people using these pipes.
No. But I will also tell you something. People are not aware.
In fact, many people, when they are building, the decision to buy plumbing materials, their decision stops at looking at the bill and paying.
Yes.
They never go to buy.
Yes.
They never go to check who the supplier is.
Yes.
They never go to check the specifications. Everything is left to the plumber.
Yes.
So are you saying that we need to take responsibility to know the source of the pipes, maybe even to interrogate the supplier if it's a manufacturing unit?
Yes.
Where is this from?
Yes.
Those kind of things.
Yes, definitely. Look, like you said, when people are building houses, they stop at looking at the bill. How much is this going to cost? That's it. And they leave the procurement, the decision.
And then we bargain.
Yeah, and
that's too expensive. We don't even know whether the right quality costs that amount. We just want to reduce the price.
We just want to reduce
no care about
the
the quality.
Yes. But there is something else that we discovered, and I think it's very interesting. If we came to your house, Mr. Muwema, and asked to, let's say you want this water treatment system for your house, and we are trying to understand where do we install this machine, and if we asked you, do you have a plan of how your water pipes are laid in this house? Do you have that? Do you know, for example, that I have a pipe that goes from that corner to that corner, and then I have this kind of fitting, that kind of... Nobody
I'll show you the plan for the house.
But not for the water pipes.
For the windows, we are good with the windows. There's a big door here, glass. I have a nice view. I don't think many people would even know the plan for water.
No, and I think it's important to have that, because there is something called the safe water chain. The safe water chain has got to be trustworthy. It has got to be satisfactory. So right from when water comes from the supplier, through the pipes that the supplier transports this water, to when it comes to my tank, from the tank to my house, through the pipes within the house, finally to the taps, I have got to know where is what in my house. Because if 20 years later you may say, I need to change the piping in this house, but then you have no idea where the pipes are. So it's important to have a plan other than the general plan of the house. You have got to have a plan of where are my pipes laid? Where are the fittings? Nobody has that. So
you're telling us now that when you're building, or even when you have built, you must investigate and find out how is my piping, what is its map like.
yes,
And that is important because when you bring the filter, you also need to know the structure,
yes,
the piping structure of the house.
yes, but
Sometimes
also,
even to recommend replacement.
yes, but also you really want to know what is the quality of pipes I have, what fittings have been used, and should I ever have to replace them, or is this just a one-time installation and that's it?
And that's it. Adrine, before we finish, some people should be wondering, this is for safe drinking water. But in a house, we don't just drink water. The water is used in the bathroom, it is used in the toilet. Do you need to have safe water in the bathroom and toilet?
It is good, but it's not critical in the toilet and in the bathroom. But
So you can put water with all those germs and heavy metals on your skin.
no, I'll tell you, in the developed part of this world, a house should have safe water throughout.
Ideally.
Ideally. That's the ideal. I should be able to drink water in the bathroom. I should be able to drink water in even probably in the kitchen. That's the ideal. And I think that's where we want to be. So the ideal is good, but of course we also have to look at practicability. For example, I am talking about plumbing plan for a house, because if we start to have that, we are on the journey to ensuring that your entire house should have networked with safe drinking water. But until we have that, it's a bit difficult, because look, when we come to houses, when you ask somebody, so where are the valves? Oh, I need to call my plumber. Oh, but his number is off. Oh, by the way, he left. So people have no idea.
People have no idea. Adrine, you're talking about plumbing and pipes in the house. The majority of our people in Africa don't have pipes in their house because they don't even have piped water. They have boreholes. They pick from a water source from a borehole. So maybe this discussion is not relevant to them. Can you also talk about safe water to somebody who does not have access to tap water? Is, for example, borehole water safe?
Yes and no. That's what I would say. We have had experiences with borehole water that is completely safe to drink, and we've also experienced...
You have tested and that water is good?
Yes. And we've also had experiences with borehole water that is completely contaminated. So my answer is a yes and a no. What I think is very important is for people to periodically carry out water quality tests. That's the only way you can tell that my water is safe or it's not.
When we return for our last segment, we shall be talking to Adrine Atumanya, Sales Director of WaterQuip. They supply this beautiful piece here that helps to filter, distill, is that the right language? Treat water. They don't add any chemical.
Yes.
We shall close our conversation with Adrine by asking her her personal experience with counterfeits in the water sector and in life in general when we return. Welcome back to the last segment of the League of the Genuine Conversations. I am here with Adrine, the water lady. She's talking to us about contamination in water, and you've just heard she's been saying water piping is an issue. Even if you have this machine, you need to know the mapping of the water pipes in your house or your office or whatever it is. Adrine, before we talk about your personal experience with counterfeits, I am very curious to find out, and I'm sure maybe the viewers are. You have worked in and around the city. You have been to places, installed, so probably you have an idea the quality of water that we have in the different parts of the city. Are you able to tell us the part of Kampala that has the cleanest water and the part of Kampala with the most unsafe water?
That's a very interesting question. And yes, we have worked across Kampala, different regions within Kampala. On average, I can tell, but I'll be very, very honest. It's up and down. It varies a lot.
Okay, here in Kololo, I'm sure maybe this is the safest water around?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, that
isn't the quality of water influenced by the value of the land, for example?
I wish it was like that, but unfortunately not. But this is what I can say. There are times of the year when, for example, our customers in a certain area are having their filters work much longer, and then there are times of the year when they are having to replace filters, say every month or every second month. What I think is important to understand is the factors that contribute to water contamination.
Okay, I know you're being technical here, but on average, is the water in Muyenga safer than the water in Kawempe?
From experience, Mukono has good water.
Mukono has better water than
yes, better water
than most of Kampala, than the rest of Kampala.
Yes, from our experience.
So the water filters in Mukono are not getting as dirty,
last longer,
as the water filters in
for customers in Ntinda.
So Mukono water is cleaner than the water in Ntinda. Which other area has water comparable to Ntinda, not so clean? Because we are going to start shifting. We are moving to Mukono very soon after the show.
That's the place to be. Areas of Kawempe, our customers in Kawempe replace filters quite a lot.
So water not as good in
yes,
Kawempe, water
yes.
not as good in Ntinda?
Yes, Ntinda. Areas of Gayaza, areas.
Water challenge, quality
yes,
there?
Yes, Nalia.
But all these areas you are talking about have one thing in common. Populations are big. So the pressure of the population on the water supply chain leads to contamination.
It is possible.
Not that the water, the piping is wrong, or the... What is the connection there?
I mean, it can be several things. If you also look closely, you will see that in these areas there's been a lot of roadworks going on as well.
So a lot of water breakage, pipes
Yes,
are breaking.
Yes.
So
Can
that
be
means
that.
somebody staying on Kampala Road, the water is safest because there is little human
actually,
habitation.
Yes, we in places where there is less works, road works, this and that, you have less service and maintenance for the machines in those areas.
So you are saying that there must be coordination. The local authorities or the government authorities, we see a lot of that where a road is done and then the water people dig across immediately.
Definitely.
And then the power people cut.
Yes.
So you think that the lack of coordination in the utility service providers when they are doing their maintenance or developments or repairs is affecting the quality of water?
Definitely. It's a contributing
So what's your
factor.
message to them?
My message is
How should they do it?
there's got to be, I think, some sort of coordination. But I also think the key player in this, who is National Water, has got to lay their infrastructure better. Can we bury these pipes deeper?
How deep are they burying them? What's the
I
recommended?
mean, they are on surface. In many places, they are simply on surface. So if we could bury them deeper, maybe that could help. But also coordination should be able to help. There is for example, if there is a project coming up in part location X, National Water should be aware, ensure that the pipes in that area are buried deep. You want to avoid breakage of pipes. At the end of the day, you want to avoid contamination of water. At the end of the day, you want to ensure that me, the end user, I am getting safe water. I am safe. Yeah.
So Adrine is telling you that you need to get out of Kampala because the water here is not as safe unless you buy equipment.
Yes.
You are such a good salesperson. But now we must talk about, let's leave water for a minute.
Okay.
Let's talk about your experience with Counterfeits. You can see you have a modern look, you're a modern lady. Your hair, for example. Issues there with Counterfeits? What is that you're putting on? For us, we think that there is no either natural hair or whatever. I think even the president talked about it.
Yeah.
What happened? For us, this is my hair, 100%.
100%.
Authentic. That is not your hair, Adrine.
Yeah, this is not my hair. So
you don't have hair or what? What happened?
I have hair,
but
sometimes you have to,
our moms and judges and so on, they used to have the same styles, but it was natural.
Yeah.
And then you guys, modernization asks you to throw away your... And then you use other people's hair.
A lot has changed.
Yours is from where? Afghanistan or which country is this?
Okay, so this is simply hair extensions. I have hair. I have long hair, but I have added an extension.
Why?
To make it longer and beautiful. So you see.
The longer the better.
For sometimes the longer the better, sometimes the shorter the better.
So are there issues of counterfeits, fake hair?
Definitely.
Even that hair extension?
Yes, there is. There is a lot of counterfeits. When we are sourcing hair, looking, you're planning to go add extensions to your hair, you have to source from a genuine supplier. You have to look at the branding. Is this really
so like
what
your
it
hair
claims?
is from where? Tell us where we can buy if we want to get nice hair like that.
So this is hair extensions supplied by Darling. which is
Darling is a local company.
Yeah, that's a local company.
So this is made here actually.
This is made here, but there are many people trying to fake this as well. So you really have to check and make sure that what
But
I
how
am
do you
buying.
fake hair?
Yeah. Well, the texture may be different. The feel, it may cause
And
you
can
some.
it burn your skin or something?
Yeah, it can cause an allergic reaction. You may become allergic, so you may feel that it makes your skin.
So meaning even
Yeah.
the oils that go in the hair
Yes.
can be susceptible to faking.
Definitely. When you buy hair oil, for example, you have to check the expiry date. You have to check the brand. Is it what it claims to be, or is it something that they've just put a sticker to because they are faking it? So but most importantly, you have to go to the right supplier.
The source where you
The
can
right-
have
yeah.
recourse in case.
The
I can
proper
see you're
source.
wearing beautiful earrings. Are there also issues with earrings? Can they really fake them?
Of course. There are issues with everything, Mr. Muwema. Fakes are everywhere. Anything can be faked. So earrings are also susceptible to being faked.
How are they faked?
You have to check that, is it really silver? Is it gold, or is it just coated? Sometimes if it's just coated and it is fake, when you wear it, it can cause you an allergy, for example. Some people that have very, very allergic skins can
I've
even
seen
develop.
some ladies with
Yeah.
the ear got swollen.
Yeah.
Is that because of a fake earring
It can be that, or
or the piercing?
I was going to talk
perforating?
about the piercing, because to wear this you must have the piercing. So even when you do that piercing, are they using the right? There's a certain small machine which they use to pierce.
But
This,
it means then you ladies have a problem, because if God wanted you to wear earrings where there is a small, God would have created ears with those
I
places.
think he forgot. At the time, he didn't think it was.
God can't forget. God knows everything. So I'm putting it to you. You are
Yeah.
here on the spot on behalf of the women. Women who are piercing their ears are faking. Is that correct? Because if God wanted you to have a hole there for the earring, would have created it. What do you say in defense? Why don't you be natural? Why must you start perforating things?
Well, natural is, of course, natural is,
Better.
I think, the ideal. Yeah, and maybe better, but having the piercing is not an issue, provided you do
Or your
it
argument
properly.
will be that since we are co-creators as well, we are helping God
And
to
we are being
improve on,
and we are being creative,
and He encourages that.
I don't think it's a problem.
The lipstick.
The lipstick. Yeah.
First of all, before you tell us about lipstick, why is it that we don't have? Maybe it's there. I might be not up to date. Most of the lipstick is red and a little bit dark shades. We don't have other colors, do we? Green. Do you have green lipstick?
There's all colors of lipstick, I think.
There is all colors.
Yeah, black, green, red, blue. Yes.
White even I've seen.
Yes.
So is lipstick also a candidate for faking?
Yes.
Have you used fake lipstick in your life?
Yes, I have. I have bought lipstick before, long ago, I think when I was still at university, that did not have any branding.
Nameless.
Nameless. It must have been fake.
But somebody might think that, okay, so what? Nameless, does not have it could be counterfeit, so what? What's the problem? Does it have any serious?
It might not have a problem right now, but over time,
Can affect you.
it can affect you.
Because we know that a lot of lipstick, again,
Yeah.
a lot of women get a lot of cancers and so on.
Definitely, and
Because of
that's
the
what I was going to
heavy
say.
metals, again, are in there.
Yes.
Pesticide residues and all those things.
It's very important to look out for genuine lipstick. And like you said, right now if I applied a fake one, it's probably okay now, but over time, this
We've
is
even
a
seen
serious...
cases where some ladies will apply lipstick and the lips get deformed or burnt up. And
Yes, I have not experienced that, but it is possible.
so you've said counterfeits are everywhere, but why is it that we are not paying attention? It's very, very difficult to get people to pay attention to this subject for maybe even 5 minutes. People are more interested in other things, showbiz and entertainment. Why is such a thing that affects us in all aspects of our life not getting the attention it deserves, you think?
People are, I think, not informed, but it is coming. That's what I can say. And I think it's coming because players like SEN have refused to keep quiet about it. So you are making necessary noise about counterfeits, and it's coming. And I'll be very honest with you, since we became partners, I have started to pay attention to quality of things that I am buying. I am careful to look, what is this? Where is the expiry date? Is this really H&M? And I'll go check. I'll see if there's a code. Is it possible that I can even, really scan this? And so it's coming.
It's coming. But some people, as we close, some people think this is a very big problem. We can't do anything about it. Let's just give up. Is that the right attitude?
No, we can't give up. We can't give up. We have to keep on talking about these things. We have got to keep on, doing that, knocking, guys, this is fake.
Finally, some people will
Yeah.
say talk is cheap. They are saying we need action. What are the action areas? We need to stop this menace of counterfeits. In the technology perspective, in any perspective, as we close.
We need to bring key players, key regulators to the table, and we have got to have a discussion with them. Because having a discussion, for example, without a key player like UNBS,
Bureau of Standards,
yeah,
Customs,
customs,
police,
exactly,
judiciary,
yes,
Ministry of Trade.
we have.
But most importantly, the consumer.
The consumer, yes. But while I think the consumer needs a lot of education, we have got to keep bringing this information to them. Dangers of counterfeit. How can you tell if a product is counterfeit? What do you do? I think when I find a counterfeit product, I should not just walk out. I should actually tell this dealer, this is fake, and these are the dangers of, like that.
So the action can begin at the smallest level,
yeah.
in the retail shop, in the duka,
Yeah.
where you're buying.
Yeah. Don't just put it back and walk away, because someone else may come and just pick it. But maybe also the person dealing in this fake product is not aware. So you need to engage them as well.
Or if they are aware, the profit motive.
Yes. So we
reigns
have got
supreme.
to, for the consumer, a lot of education. We have to keep on doing that. And on the other side, we have to bring the key regulators to the table. We have got to discuss with them and jointly put efforts in place to make sure that we fight against counterfeit products.
That was Adrine Atumanya,
Yes.
Sales Director, WaterQuip. She has been talking to us about her experience, her knowledge and understanding of water and whether it is faked or not. We know now that water can be faked, She has concluded by talking about the need to have necessary noise. This is a subject that we at the SCN are making noise about, but the suggestion here is that it is the duty of everybody to be part of this noise, because counterfeits are coming, and they are coming big, and they are affecting us big. They're even killing us, they are injuring us. So we need to join hands in ensuring that this menace of counterfeits, fakes, is stopped. So until next episode, we would like to sign off by saying, don't be fake, buy and sell genuine.